Welcome everyone. Thank you for coming today. It's my very first YouTube Live. Today we're here to calm and ground and find some relaxing energy after a full day. And that's the beauty of yoga. There is a yoga for everyone, every body, and every intention. So whether it's first thing in the morning and you're using it to energize throughout the day, functionally, while you're doing other activities, or at the end of the day to wind down and help for a restful night's sleep, which is what we're here to do today. So wherever you are watching this video, you could be sitting somewhere on your couch, in a chair, in bed, on the ground, have a yoga mat out or not. It doesn't really matter. Just find yourself in a comfortable seat and we can get started. So in your comfortable seat, just start to notice. Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. And you can take one hand and place it on your heart. Take the other hand and place it on your belly. And feel that connection. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, noticing the breath, visualize it entering your body through your nose, filtered, oxygenated, purified air, fueling you and giving you life. Your pranayama, your life force. And it fills up your belly expands on your inhale underneath your hand. And on your exhale, mindfully draw your navel in towards your spine. So again, inhale, fill up your belly. That belly fills up and expands. And now exhale, let's fog it out. Open up your mouth, relax your jaw, and fog. Continue this breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, fog. When you're ready to complete your Ujjayi Yogi breath, which is what we're doing today, you'll close your mouth as you exhale and continue to fog in and out of your nose. Inhale and exhale. Continue this breath. You'll notice that it makes a sound. It's an audible breath. There's even a name for it. I'll call it the Darth Vader breath for the sound it makes. So you can think about that as you're breathing and allow the sound to guide you and be meditative. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lengthen. Reach and exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And drop your chin to your chest, bowing your head in gratitude for your breath, your life, your practice, this moment. If you have an intention for your practice, something, a reason why you came to your mat today, why you turned this video on, say it in your mind. Speak it to yourself. See it, envision your intention as your reality. Inhale, reach your arms up. This time, exhale and reach for the floor in front of you. But don't fold all the way, just take your hands and reach them. And you're still looking forward. Now you'll start walking your hands and keep walking them a little further, but lengthening your spine so that you're reaching your heart towards the earth. And then when you can't go any further, inhale, lengthen, lift up your wrists, come to your fingertips. Exhale, fold all the way, let your head hang down. And here you can roll your head, you can shake it, yes, no. Just give your neck some movement. And then walk your hands back up towards you on your next inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, reach your arms up. And let's find some side bends. Reach one arm down, place the hands on the ground. Or if you're sitting in a chair, just reach it next to you. Maybe you're doing some chair yoga. And then you'll reach the other arm up and over. Here, notice that if you're leaning forward and your heart is kind of forward folding, you don't want that. You want to open up to the sky. So reach the heart up. If you notice that your opposite hip is lifting up off the ground to give you more extension, ground it back. Keep it glued. Another breath here. As you keep reaching, getting a little more space, a little further. Maybe you can even get the elbow down to the mat without lifting up that hip. And then on your next inhale, use your core strength to lift it back up center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, other side. Placing the hand on the mat. Reach your arm over. Reach your heart up to the sky. And now breathe here. Use your Ujjayi Darth Vader breath to keep finding more space, sinking down. And on your inhale, coming back up center, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Let's twist. Reach one hand behind your back. The other hand reaches on opposite knee. And then twist, looking over your back shoulder. So here in your twist, when you look over your back shoulder, and I'll show you where your back hand should be. Kind of give yourself some support on your back if you can. And this arm that's on your knee, you can even use it to give yourself a deeper twist. And here you can also lift up your heart and lengthen your spine. Another breath. Next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, other side. Take one hand, place it behind you. Other hand comes on your opposite knee. And then use that arm strength to pull and twist your torso. Lift up your heart and look over behind your back shoulder. And then keep breathing here. Keep deepening that twist. Next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, this time reach your hands behind your back, lace your fingers together. Okay, so now we're in a little bind. And here you can just find some twisting if you like. Let your body guide you. Always listen to your body. You want it to feel good. Maybe you'll have a little bit of discomfort, but if there's any pain, then stop and pause and let's find a different way to get there, right? So here with your hands bound behind you, you can have palms clasped and touching like that. Or you might find more space in one external rotation of your arms, pressing the hands back towards the floor or wall behind you. I'm still twisting here if that calls to you. Or if you'd like, you can start reaching your shoulders towards your knees, reaching your heart towards the floor, and finding another forward fold this time with your hands, with your fingers laced. So being here as long as you need. If you want any twisting here, like I like to kind of bring one shoulder to each knee. I'll show you what that looks like from the front. And then from here, you're going to use your core to lift it back up, release your hands, and give yourself a hug. Now, when you're giving yourself a hug, You can be gentle, or you can give yourself a massage too. So when in Rome, right? So if you use your fingers and dig into those sore muscles, some TLC and self-care. Inhale your arms up. Give yourself a hug the other way, the other arm on top. And then when you're ready, inhale your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Wonderful. So now you've moved your spine in 6 different directions. Well, actually, no, we didn't. We didn't give ourselves the back bend. So your spine only moves in the 6 different directions. Okay, we have the side bends, we have the twists, we have the forward folds. Let's do the last one, the back bend. So take your hands and place them on the mat behind you. Soften your elbows here. So if you notice that everything's kind of locked and you're just locked in your joints, give your joints a little give, a little softness. Round your fingers, lift your palms. Okay, and so from here, start reaching your heart up and letting it float to the sky, and shift your gaze to look up as well. Pressing the floor away. If you notice that you're sinking in your shoulders and you're down here, right, and your neck is really short because your shoulders are up to your ears, lengthen that out. Lengthen your neck so there's space between your shoulders and your ears. If you'd like to let your head go all the way back, go for it. But if that doesn't feel right for you, don't worry about it. Okay, so this is a really beautiful supported seated back bend, a nice way to welcome the energy of the day or evening. You can stay here and deepen it, find a hollow back, keep pressing your heart forward, play with your hand placement, or you can find a hip opener here as well, where we take our knees and start drawing them towards the ground and lifting the hips up. So just find that space here if that feels good. Find some grounding. Check in with your breath. Find that grounding and receiving and opening. Press your hips up a little higher if they were lifted. And then ground them again. Walking your hands towards you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's find a seated forward fold. So from the seated forward fold, we're going to come into child's pose. You can find it however you like. I like to kind of keep crawling forward onto my knees. Ankles are crossed, they uncross, toes come together. I'm going to slide back on the mat a little bit. I like a nice wide hip opener child pose where the knees are out towards the edges of the mat. And then you can sink down to get a nice hip opener here. But if your hips are tight or you're having a lot of lower back stiffness, bring your knees together and give yourself some support. I should also mention that with any pose, props, I love using props. So maybe you want to get really comfy and use a prop as well. Maybe you want to just hug a pillow when you come down into your child's pose. And maybe you notice that at first you're tight and you come to your child's pose with knees together. Then as you sit with it and breathe in it and find more space, you can start opening up, bringing your knees apart, sinking down further. You can rest your head on a pillow or bolster if that's comfortable, or you can use it to help support your hips and keep them elevated. And straddle it, and then come down onto the ground. So child's pose is a very grounding, healing pose. You can come to a yoga class or have your yoga practice and only do your one favorite pose, may it be child's pose or any, and it's a practice in itself. So just notice the thoughts here as they come in and out of your mind. Choosing just to observe. not dwell on any one particular thought. Just notice them. And sometimes they say, let it go, just let it go. But before you let it go, you need to check in, be aware, and really feel it. And let it be. When you're ready, you're going to take your hands and place them on the mat and slowly roll up, finding your tabletop. The tabletop, you're placing knees stacked under your hips and wrists stacked under your shoulders and elbows. Right? Maybe there's a little dip in your lower back when you first get here. That's normal. So to fix that, you're going to tuck your tailbone gently and have a straight line between your tailbone and your crown. When you look, your drishti, your gaze is just between your fingers. Press the floor away. Make sure the fingers are lifted, palms rounded. The wrist crease is parallel to the top of the mat. Elbows are soft. And so just feeling that really strong foundation here in your table. But I like to start moving it right away. I start shifting. So if you notice, I start rocking the hips side to side and table. And just feeling that breath move through as you find some movement. Maybe you're bringing kind of shoulder to hip. And the other side, shoulder to hip. And then find your neutral table again. And for more movement, one of my favorite things to do is imagine that there's a clock on your mat and your hips are the hour and minute hands. We're going to tell that time up and around and down. And you'll breathe while you do it. Inhale up, exhale down. And when you're ready, go the other way. So if you were going clockwise, now go counterclockwise. And notice if you're feeling tight in any one spot. And you can pause there. Pause where you feel like you need to spend more time, pun intended. And just check in with your body. Let it guide you. And when you feel even on both sides, you'll come back to your neutral table and find one of my favorite flows, cat-cow. We call it cat-cow, but we actually come into cow first. So drop your belly, lift your tailbone up, bring your heart through your arms and look up to the sky. Now pause here in your cow, soften the elbows, soften your fingers, shift your hips, and just breathe here, deepening the space, enjoying your cow pose as it gets a little deeper with each moment and breath. Now when we're ready to move into our cat, we'll exhale. Use your glutes to draw the hips down and press the hips forward, rounding the spine in your exhale. Head comes through your arms. Lift it up. Lift your spine up, navel in towards your spine, pressing the floor away. And you're looking through your legs. Check to see that you can't see your feet. Adjust them behind your legs so they're directly behind you so you can't see them. And we're shifting our side to side here and just getting some space in our cat. And cat is where it's at. So cat pose is a really powerful pose. I just realized I was wearing my cat socks this whole time. They're so cozy. Then I finally looked down and saw my cute cat socks. So yeah, cat is where it's at. And it really helps engage your core and get you prepared for lots of other poses. So if this feels good for you, that's great, because cat is an awesome pose. And if it doesn't feel good, you might be having some lower back stiffness. This is a very healing pose. So just keep working through and be gentle with yourself. I hurt my lower back a few months ago, and I had trouble doing cat. But I kept doing it, work through, be very gentle. So now on your inhale, come into cow. And when you're ready for your exhale, come into cat. So you'll move through both at your pace. You know, I could tell you when to inhale and exhale, but then you'd be going at my rhythm. And I want you to check in and find your very unique rhythmic breath. It's all yours. It's your energy. So on your inhale, cow, and on your exhale, cat. And remember to check in with that Ujjayi yogi breath, known as your Darth Vader breath, for that sound, that audible breath that you can help guide you. Now I could do cat-cow all day. It's very healing. So if you like this, keep going. But when you're ready, we're going to flip our toes. Find our table. Lift your knees so your shins are parallel to the mat and you're hovering. You can rock it back and forth a little bit. Find some power and strength. All right, you feel strong and powerful. All right, you have this motivation to keep going, digging deeper. Your muscles want more. You're going to give it to them. Not today. Today we're going to stretch it out and unwind and get them ready for a nice sleep. And tomorrow we're going to have a nice, fun 10-minute morning flow to get that energy moving. So when you're ready, you'll exhale and lengthen your shoulders, lengthen your arms to press your head and through your arms. Press your heart towards your legs. Keep your knees slightly bent, finding your bent knee downward dog. And then if you want, you can start lengthening your legs. And right here, downward dog is a very popular yoga pose. It's one of the foundational poses. All right, but you want to make sure if you're here, in your shoulders and it's tight, this is very common, right? You're going to do some other things. We're going to come out of our legs. And now we're going to check out another way to do a downward dog open stretch. We're going to use something elevated. Actually going to grab this chair nearby. So you can use a wall. Put your hands on the wall. Placing your hands up and then reaching your head through your arms. So if you found that downward dog is maybe a little too much for you during this relaxing evening flow, there's another way. Don't just say, oh no, wait, yoga's not for me, I didn't like that one. Or any of them, right? But we'll find a way. You're going to find your yoga that you love, that your body responds to. So I'm going to come down to my knees here. And this is kind of more of like a puppy pose stretch. Just opening up the shoulders. And then wherever you are, whether it's downward dog or a variation on the wall or chair, walk your hands down. And let's meet again in child's pose. So from your child's pose, let's roll it up. Lengthen your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms up. Exhale, reach forward and either grab a hold of your feet, your toes, your ankles, your calves, wherever. But notice that when you fold, we're not going to round. We're going to reach our heart forward towards our feet. Engage your core, bringing navel in towards your spine. Inhale. And then exhale, you can round and fold. slowly roll it up. And let's scooch down, hips towards your ankles, and roll down onto your mat. Here on your mat, place your feet and get them a little close to your hips, hands placed on the mat. On your inhale, press the floor away from you with your hands and your feet and lift your hips up. This is your bridge pose. You can be here and stay still in this variation of bridge or come into other variations. And you know we like to have fun and move around, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some other options. You can take your hands, lace them underneath your back, roll one shoulder under your back towards your other. And that lifts up your hips a little higher. Maybe come to your toes. You can ground one foot and bring one knee in. And then lift that leg up. Now these are just options. You could be where you are and stay still. And sometimes that's even harder, just to be still. Bring that leg down. If you've lifted one leg, lift the other. And then when you're ready, release your fingers if you had them in a bind. Hug your knees into your chest. And let's find happy baby. For happy baby, take your feet like you're stepping on the ceiling. Take your hands, grab a hold of the soles of your feet from the outside, and press your knees in towards the sides of your body. From here, just feel grounded and still, or maybe your baby is happier if it's rocked. And so you can rock your baby. My baby actually likes to be still. But maybe you also would like a little straddle stretch here. If you do, you could take a yogi toe lock, 2 fingers and thumb, wrap around your big toe, and then lengthen your legs. And when you're ready, release and place your feet back on the mat. Windshield wipe your knees side to side. And from here, lengthen your legs. Relax your body. And find Shavasana, your resting pose. Shavasana is probably the most important pose of all your poses. So it's not to be rushed over and skipped through, because we absorb our practice here. We take the time to allow our body to process the beautiful flow we gave it, that mindful breath, movement, the connection, movement with breath. You've elevated your vibrations to begin healing from the inside out. Looking into your third eye, allow it to open for you. Maybe you feel your eyes starting to roll to the back of your head as your focus starts to shift into the space between your eyebrows. And you feel your breath move through your body like waves of the ocean, the rise and fall. Your belly lifts and drops towards your spine. Moving through your body, the life force, the sacred space that you've created for yourself is always here for you. You can call onto it whenever you need. Your yoga practice is a practice, and all you can do is keep coming back on or off your mat It's in your mind. Keep breathing. Feeling your chakras inside you, igniting, glowing a rainbow of colors as you have brought harmony and balance and flow. Allowing the life force to beam out of your fingers and toes. Your white light, love and peace, expanding and extending to all those you wish to share it with. Feeling relaxed, at ease, ready to release the day. Feeling grateful for all the opportunities and challenges. When you're ready, rolling onto your side, pausing for a breath to reconnect with your intention, and then pressing up into a seat. Keeping your eyes closed to focus inward another moment longer. Thank you for coming today. I'm so happy that you were able to be here and enjoy this peaceful energy, and I hope you can carry it with you until the next video. So please remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more healing. Thank you. Namaste.